Hi, my name's Craig Waters. I'm a virtualization architect for Pure Storage. I'm also a vExpert, and I run the Melbourne vMug user group. So what I wanted to do today was just really talk to you about how to build your own user group. I've got about 17 tips that I'm going to run through, and really just talk to you about some ideas that you need to take into consideration when you're going to go down the road of leading a vMug, yeah? So we'll start with number one. So form a steering committee, yeah? And I've got in big, bold red letters here. Don't try this on your own. It's no fun. If you're going to carry everything on your shoulders, you're going to quit pretty quickly, yeah? So the whole idea is to get other people involved and build a team around you so that you're not holding it all on yourself, yeah? You know, it's not really about one person doing everything. And in that way as well, what you can do is you can cross-skill with the other people in your team. And it means then if you're sick or if you can't come for one particular event, then there's someone there that's got your back and keep you covered, yeah? I'd also say about, so not just having a steering committee, but also having co-leaders as well. So an interesting thing to note is that vendors and integrators can also be co-leaders, as long as you have a customer leader. And it's really important to get these guys involved as well, because they get paid to do this shit, yeah? Oh, sorry, this stuff. Yeah, so they get paid to interact with the customers, they get paid to do that, so they're a good asset and a good resource to get involved with, yeah? Next, just about the community, you know, what's a user group without an audience? So, and I think this adage is true in this case, you know, build them and they will come, yeah? I think it really does hold true. You just got to do it. Commit to it and do it, yeah? It's going to make a big difference, yeah? I also think vBeers is a really good idea as well. You know, if you're not ready to do the logistics around an actual event, then what you can do is get vBeers, just have a casual group of people get together. I think that's, you know, it's an important way to start it off. Start it small, start it simple, and then grow it over time, yeah? And involve that community as well, you know. What we've had a lot of success with ours is building our own vRockstars, so getting our guys to present, getting them, you know, familiar with the local people there, and all of a sudden, you'll have your own rock stars and people will come to see them, which I think is an important bit. And also, you know, again, involving the local vendors and integrator representatives, yeah? It's an ecosystem. Everyone should be involved. It shouldn't be just for customers, yeah? And I think that's a really important piece, yeah? You need to get everybody involved. And they're going to help you in the end of the day as well. So don't exclude anybody, yeah? Sponsors. So this is how we pay for stuff, yeah? We can't have an event without sponsors, really. So, you know, the role of the sponsor really is to do things like pay for a venue, pay for audio visual, and maybe even pay for vBeers afterwards, which, you know, that can be a really good incentive to get people to come along, you know. Come along, see some content, and have a few free drinks afterwards. It always helps, yeah. Sponsors can also help with prizes too, which I think's, again, it's really about having incentives for your audience to come along. Sponsors in the only side of it, though. We've also got content as well, and I think that's kind of really ultimately what people are going to come and see, yeah? So I kind of have this presentation mantra, you know? I often say to sponsors when they want to come and present, you know, get rid of that sales slide deck. We don't want that. We don't want that at all, yeah? You're not pitching to a customer, yeah? This is different, yeah? So, you know, really what my mantra is around this, you know, think of your audience as already purchased the product, and what you're doing is just showing them how to use it and showing them how to get the best out of it, yeah? You know, we love technical content, live demos, anything that goes beyond that standard slide deck, yeah? Also, you know, getting your community to lead those presentations as well. I think it's really important to empower your audience to contribute, yeah? Again, you know, that means we can, you know, create our own vRockstars, get our audience up on stage, get them involved, get them participating, yeah? And show them the benefits of presenting as well. I think it's a really important part of this is that we all have difficulty in public speaking initially. And I think it's really good to, you know, reward them for that effort. It's a difficult transition, but once you start doing it, it opens doors and changes stuff for yourself. So what we often try and do is if we've got a really good prize, we'll give it to the guy because he's done a community presentation. You know, I think people deserve that, yeah? So, and then the venue. Okay, so we talked about venue a bit before. You know, the idea is really to just find somewhere central, easy to get to. You know, we want to try and promote as many people as possible to come to the event, yeah? It doesn't really have to be the best place either. You know, I often, I think I said it in the next tip number 12, is like use public buildings, use your town hall, you know, these places are pretty cheap to get to. All you need really is the audio-visual side of it, yeah? You know, and as long as you've got a, you know, fairly decent projector, I mean, someone could even bring that along. We all work in IT, so, you know, so don't worry too much. Don't get stressed too much about the venue and how good it is, yeah? It's really about the content and the people that are going to attend, yeah? That's really the important part, yeah? I mean, ultimately, try and find a local sponsor. That's what we did. We got a local customer who had facilities, and they were happy to, you know, be co-sponsorship. So they get their logo, they get a bit of presence, and in return, we get a great venue with multiple rooms. Yeah, so you know, it's a win-win for everybody. So, and I think what we try to do as well is you know, package the overall experience to the sponsor as well. So don't get them involved too much in the technicalities of like the cost of the vendor and the cost of the drinks. Sorry, the cost of the venue, the cost of the drinks. You know, just package it all together into one cost, and then go to your sponsor and make it as easy for them as possible to sponsor your event. Yeah? And then you can think about, you know, if you can get more rooms in your venue, then you can think about, you know, splitting out the content into streams, and then you've got 2 sponsors and then 4 sponsors and so on and so forth. So, you know, it's really about growing the community, growing the user group, and getting more content in there. You know, ultimately, I think for me is, you know, content is king. So if you can get as much content in there as possible, it's, you know, it's a really important piece, yeah. And prizes, what are points, mate? Prizes, yeah. That's a funny one, yeah. Always maintain relationships with the education companies, yeah. They're kind of the key for this, yeah. It's, you know, we use companies like Pluralsight, and VMware Education is a good example as well. We were able to negotiate a deal with VMware Education to give away a free training course, you know. I think that's, you know, something substantial, you know. But you've got to make it a win for them as well. It's not just a case of asking for stuff and not giving anything back. So, you know, what we actually said was, you know, we'll advertise any special deals that you've got for your training. You know, I think it's always a challenge for VM Education, you know, filling the courses and getting everybody in there. You know, it can be a logistical nightmare for them. So giving them something back as well and saying, look, you know, you give us this and you scratch our back and we'll scratch yours, kind of thing. So it's really important, yeah. Make it a win for everybody, yeah. And also, you know, with the sponsors, so the VMUG doesn't publish the list of people who attend the VMUG. You know, we don't provide that information to any sponsors. So, but we want the sponsors to get something out of it as well, yeah? So typically what we'll say is provide a small prize, you know, like a cool set of headphones, maybe an Apple TV, something like that, and then do a card drop for that prize. And then everybody's happy. Someone wins a prize. The marketing people of that company get their lead generation, which, you know, ultimately that's kind of, you know, that's the business we're in. That's what we do. So that way everybody wins again. They're happy. They're going to come back and sponsor more. So it's a good thing. And finally, marketing. I think this is kind of the most important part, really. Save this one to last. You know, use your attendee list carefully. You know, don't over-communicate. Don't send too many emails to these people. Yeah. We all know what we do with too much email. Yeah. We put it in the bin. And also using social media. I think that's kind of been a really big change in the last couple of years, is how prevalent things like Twitter and LinkedIn and those sort of tools are. Use those to engage your audience. And it's really about building that, forming that local community, you know, being engaged with the people who attend. You know, create a user group Twitter handle, you know, and respond to people. You know, take photos and of people receiving prizes, those sort of things. Create an atmosphere, create something of interest that people are going to want to come and be part of, yeah? And just lastly, you know, leverage your local VRock stars. You know, we're lucky with VMware. We've got a lot of people who will be local to you, maybe VCDXs, maybe vExperts, those sort of things. Leverage them. You know, we've also got things like Cisco Champions and EMCLX. There's quite a few of those kind of people around now. So leverage them. You know, invite them to come along and do a presentation. That'll draw a crowd. That'll bring people to come and attend. Yeah. So that's it. Thanks, yeah.